Alright, we are recording, continuing in Just Cause 2. Yeah, I don't need to say anything more. I bought the game however many years ago. Uh, don't actually have too much on the list to talk about. It's been a little bit of a busy week, and a weird week. Yeah. Not a bad weird week, it just... Like, I've been trying to work on the performance analysis for Dying Light 2. And I just need to write. And also I've been working some more on the applet thing. But it's like I'm only able to write in the evening, which kind of knocks Friday out because I'm doing this. Maybe I can do some more after this. Probably not, though. Thursday's out because that's when I actually try to write up the Friday news thing. I write it then, but I do watch different news that comes out before I put that actually put that live. So it will be up to date. But yeah, I've even thought about at times maybe just like as I see the news come up, just write it out already and put it all together. But I don't know. Okay. Really, I thought I had... Oh, they're down here. But I'm not going to do that. I will actually do that. Well, sort of. I'm going to have it when the military helicopters are. But yeah, Wednesday, though, I was just so exhausted I couldn't do any writing. And then yesterday was Thursday. I recorded this on Friday, so yeah. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to get through. But one thing, though, I mentioned the applet, and this is the thing I've been talking about for a while. And various other ones. That is useful for me too. Did I go buy it? Huh? There's one right here. Oh, no, it's over here. That's what the helipad's over here. I just didn't see. Yep, there it is. So the idea there is to make it possible basically to have the graphs and the stats be interactive to a degree. And yeah, I think that would be great for any reader, being able to go in there and tweak stuff. Like get different percentiles, change some of the grouping, sort of. Things like that. It's also useful for me, because otherwise I'd have to, like, whenever I want a different statistic, like, oh, what percentage of the performance was below 50 FPS. Yeah, I can write the command to do that, that's easy. But it's a lot easier to take this tool that I've spent weeks working on, load that up, and just type it into the field that'll give me that answer. So, yeah, I'm even if that never really gets used much in a public way, I still like that tool. I'm glad I've been working on it. I'm going to keep working on it. I'm sure there's more ways I can improve it. Made some very helpful improvements already that, like, going forward will make some of it easier to work. Anyway, what have I got for news? I really only have two things that are actually noted here. There could have been a lot more this week, and I'm just focusing up on the performance analysis, focusing up on the applet, focusing up on the day job stuff that I missed it. But I got Witcher 3 Next Gen. It's been delayed. Well, sort of. It's kind of a weird situation. So, The Witcher 3, which is a game I very much enjoyed. I love that game. I think it's an excellent game, a great game. Though I haven't replayed it for quite a while. Well, I've not played it for quite a while. It was, Xbox One, PlayStation 4 title, and CD Projekt Red wants to get it onto the new generation, as some would put it, the Xbox Series consoles and PlayStation 5. To do that, they outsourced to Saber Interactive, which is the same company that did the work on the Switch version. And by the way, for anyone wondering, that's not unusual. That a port like that, or even just, you know, kind of a follow-up work like that, being outsourced. For anyone wondering, it's like, why didn't CD Projekt Red do it? It's like, they didn't need to. They can hire somebody else to do it. It's not uncommon. And some companies, that's entirely what their business model is. I'm serious. There's some developers that's all they do. They don't do their own original IP. They just work on man, that helicopter got behind me real fast. Pick this up. Come. There we go. Well, apparently CDPR has decided that it wanted to bring the final steps in-house. Don't know why. Might be for any number of reasons. But they decided they wanted to do that. And as part of that, doing the finishing touches on that, they decided that, okay, we need to review where the project is right now, so we're going to say it's delayed indefinitely. That's not it's not going to happen. That's we just need to figure out exactly what the final steps are here that we are doing instead of them. Again, I don't know why they decided. I guess, wasn't Saber purchased in the past year or two? I think that's one of the Embracer Group studios now. I mean, in theory, it could be something like that. Where it's like, yeah, you know what, because you're now not independent. I think Saber may have been independent before that. I don't remember. But I'm just, you know, spitballing here. Because I truly don't know. But it's like, I could see that being a thing. Where it's like, well, we don't want it to be finished and put out by a company that, you know, is technically under a different public. Or it could just be that there's certain things that they want to handle internally. Who knows? Well, they do. But anyway. So that delayed indefinitely is not something to be concerned about. And apparently one of the people at CDPR has since said that, yeah, I mean, this is like, you know, we just need time from like 15 of our developers. And that's it. The time working on it. It's like, this is happening. We just don't... We're still trying to figure out exactly when. But it's not even going to be that difficult for us to do in general. Yeah, and I think part of it is that this next gen update will also be a free update for PC, which is neat. I would like to see what they do with that. I remember when it came out, there were people speculating about might it get a DirectX 12 update, might it get a Vulkan update. Because, you know, the time when the rumors were first, you know, building that was also when DirectX 12 and Vulkan were like, hey, these awesome new technologies, we should go to using these. You know, the hype was there. So it could be very interesting to see what comes of that. And hey, it would give me a reason to replay it. No, I wouldn't actually. Not quite in that way. I can't help myself. I need things to go boom.
Missile locked on target.
Whoops. Okay, I see. Oh. There's one, I think. Yep. There we go. Whew. Whoa, 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 whoa. Got it. Yeah, this is not going to survive much longer. And another helicopter. Mainly, I just want to blow things up. right here. I don't actually want to, like, land. That should not have happened. Like, it shouldn't be pulling me out of combat like this.
Backup team on the way.
I just need to live. Yeah, at 150 hours that I put into that game when I first played it, I am not gonna do that again in lead up to a performance analysis. And actually, to be honest, there's a part of me that what I'd love to do would be, like, one of my Let's Play Pluses where I replay a game I've already reviewed, so that I have a playthrough of it. I'd love to do that. But I'd want to start with The Witcher 1. So we're talking... Witcher 1 was over 100 hours, Witcher 2 was 80 hours, I think, and then 150 hours. I can't commit to doing that now. Now, I do have it installed. I do still have The Witcher 3 installed on the test system. So in theory, they released the update to it. I could do a performance analysis of it fairly quickly. But I don't know when, and yeah. I don't know when that would be coming. I don't know if I'd have the time for it. Various things. But I am looking forward to it. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed The Witcher 2 as well. Witcher 1 is also a good game, but it's a little wonky. If you've played it, you might know why I'd say that. If you haven't played it, it just has a odd combat system. It works though. It works once you get used to it. Yeah, let's clear this out first, and then I'll pick up the mission. Only other thing I've noted... helicopter here? Yeah, apparently there is. Ah, there. Wait. Son of a bitch, they took my helicopter. That's why it's got so little health on it. I think I may have fired there. Did not mean... There we go. Oh, no. That's, like, gorillas are doing. Only other thing I have noted is that AMD released the 5800X 3D. So that's the 8-core. It's a 5800X basically, although the clock speeds are turned down a little bit. But it's been paired with 64 meg of additional L3 cache stacked on top, so it's a 3D V-cache technology in there. And I haven't looked too deeply. I wouldn't buy it myself. Just I do things enough that I don't need. Okay, let me just get to the performance stuff that I was seeing, and then I'll explain why. That'll make more sense. Basically, in gaming, it kicks ass. I looked at the level 1 text review of it, and they were like, yeah, so we got the 12900K over here in this system, running Shadow of the Tomb Raider with an RTX 3090 Ti. Okay? So literally the most expensive, most powerful GPU you can get. Right? Well, consumer GPU, gaming GPU. Okay? Now over here we got the 5800X 3D running with a 3090 in there, not Ti, just 3090. And it was outperforming the 12900K. That's a big achievement. Especially because it was a 12900K paired with an RTX 3090 Ti. Now, of course, that's just just in Shadow of Tomb Raider, which is a very good looking game, and fittingly graphically intense. But to see a CPU make that level of difference, and I think it was something like, over here it's 240 FPS, over here it's 270 FPS. So that, well, actually, hang on, I can do that. I have my calculator right here. That's a difference of about 0.4 milliseconds, which at that point is actually kind of significant, if I am remembering the numbers correct. Because 240 FPS is 4.2 milliseconds. Well, 4.1666, 4.17. 270 FPS though translates to 3.70 FPS. Milliseconds. So yeah, at that point, that half a millisecond is actually kind of significant.
I'm looking for Ken Pang. The sloth demon told me you'd know where he is.
Ken Pang, you say? Rings a bell, but I don't know who you are. Yes, Ken Pang. Now I remember. He has run into some bad trouble with his gambling debts. I hear they are going to have him executed. If you hurry to the old gambling warehouse in the desert, you might still catch him alive. A pleasure doing business with you.
Considering the value of the Panwan buck, shooting you would have been more expensive.
So, yeah, I mean, it sounds like it's an amazing, truly an amazing...
Scorpio, I will be with you every step of the way. We cannot let Ken Pang be killed. Consider this a business bonus.
Yeah, so for gaming, it sounds like it's an amazing sequel. I do more than gaming, though. I'm just like, right now, I'm, playing this game, obviously, but I'm also recording on the same system. I do plenty of video work and, the data processing work, too. I mean, it's, So for me, the 5000X3D doesn't really serve a great purpose. And it's also, would I put it in the test system? Honestly, I wouldn't want it there. And here's why.
You are early. If the doorman at the opium den was right, they will soon bring Pang out into the courtyard to have him killed. Set the stage by killing all the guards, and then lure the gambling gangsters out.
This is not gonna work well. I don't really have a good way to kill anyone silently, at least. I could also just say scoot and start shooting people. I'm gonna try to get what I can. So when I first built the test system, I wanted it to be a more average build. I mean, I understand why why reviewers and such, they go to, the hardware extremes. I get that. It makes sense. But it also makes sense to intentionally stay average. Because that way you can be more representative of the systems that people are going to be, running themselves. Whoops, that's not good. So I see a value there, but I mean, I completely recognize why that is not what a lot of places do. But at the same time, it is a little weird how they, and it's like, with level 1 text I mentioned, how they paired it with a 39 Ti. I don't remember them mentioning if they also tried it with, like, an RX 6900 XT. because there are differences between drivers and such. It's like that was something that with Zen 1 we ran into. When I say we, I mean just like the larger tech community. That, and actually in another, well, one very strong example of it was in another one of the Tomb Raider games. Well, basically so NVIDIA drivers for DirectX 11, what they do is they cheat multi-threading in. But the thing is, Zen 1 was so different in how it did things that the NVIDIA drivers were running very poorly. The driver overhead was extreme. It was only those reviewers who were using an AMD GPU to test with instead of NVIDIA one that really saw, these numbers that, were suddenly pointing in a completely different direction. Than what other people were seeing when they were pairing the Zen with NVIDIA GPUs, because at the time, NVIDIA had the most powerful. And it's like, we want to remove bottlenecks. Well, it turns out there's another bottleneck there you were forgetting about it. The drivers. So it's like, sometimes when you start controlling variables, that's also when you start introducing variables. That may sound counterintuitive, but it's real, especially when you are working with as complex of systems as computers and software. So, but no, I actually have been thinking about potentially like upgrading the CPU in the test system, and if I were to, and understand this is in months from now, if I were to. I currently have in the 2700X. I would probably try to aim for like 5900X, because at 12 cores, that's going to be great for the other things I do. Okay, where are these final guards? So like, pretend if I would have put a 5900X in there, I would also get another additional hard drive. Well, a hard drive, not exactly an additional one, to put into the test system as well. No. Fine. Oh, that. So that I could do video work on it a bit more easily. Whether that's in like putting video on the internal drive instead of using an external drive, or just actually recording gameplay on, as I use the test system. I think that would make sense to do, but to have the other drive there, additional storage drive. But it's, as I said, that would be months from now, like closer to Zen 4 launching. Because right now it's still a very good system. It could be better, sure, but I'm happy with it. Okay, seriously, where? I might have to just restart the mission.
We got a positive! Send back up!
Okay, so... You know what? Aha! That was it.
They just need some reassurance now. Pick up the walkie-talkie and lure them out. I heard gunfire. Can we still go through with the execution?
There was a small disturbance. We dealt with it.
Good. I'm looking forward to putting this worm in the ground.
No,
We're coming out.
Please, I will get it all back to
Should
you.
have thought about that before you threw away
No,
our money.
please. I swear I will make it right. Please, not like this.
Take out the executioner first.
Now, my old friend, we shall part ways. You will be sent to hell for your sins, and I will mourn the money you...
Please, mister. Help me. Come on, let's go. They'll kill me for sure.
So much for having killed all the guards.
Please, mister. Help.
That's right, he's bleeding.
Please, let's just get out of here.
Wait, where did he go? Oh, he went. Alright.
Thank you. Thank you. You saved my life.
I'm not here for your benefit, you worm. I'm looking for the white tiger.
Okay, okay. I take you to him. Get on one of the bikes and follow me.
This will be fun.
Try to keep up. The white tiger doesn't like waiting. It's an ambush! Damn it, more of them! We're done for!
Oh. Oh, no. That was him. Yeah. Hopefully that's right. Bye.
Try to keep up! The white tiger doesn't like
And I
waiting!
think he is healed. I think that the checkpoints here don't actually save his like NPC health like that. That it does get reset.
It's an ambush! Damn it, more of them! We're done for!
Oh, really?
Wow! I thought we were going to get killed! Now, let's go to the hideout!
Yeah, his health may have restored, but it did not refill my ammo. That gets that is safe in the check.
The white tiger is American, you know, but he's a good man. Every time I gamble my money away, he would help me so I could keep providing him with info. I am grateful. I hope you will treat him well when you meet him, huh? I only wish I could have been less of a disappointment to him.
Yeah. Yeah. Have I mentioned this is at least the third time I played this game, so I know who the White Tiger is and all that? I mentioned that recently. And don't get me wrong, it's a fun game, but it's... yeah.
Soldiers, there's a price on my head, you know.
You're going no place till I've seen the White Tiger.
If the soldiers haven't killed them, they've evacuated. Maybe you can find some sort of clue. These people are always leaving something behind.
I just overheard a military radio dispatch. They have located a data device, probably one left for you by the White Tigers. You should get it before they figure out how to read it.
Hopefully something helpful for a change.
Yeah, I know this, but...
We have a visual requesting backup.
Oh, that's a neat trick.
A dead drop. Standard agency issue. Weird. I'll plug it in.
Hola, amigo! It's your Uncle Sheldon. So, you finally found the dead drop? You'll be able to get to the new hideout using the tracker on your PDA. I done placed a beacon set to your frequency, hombre. Hurry up and get here, and I'll fill you in on the story. Over and out.
I guess it's pretty clear. Follow the beacon. Find Sheldon.
We got a positive. Send backup.
A chopper! Seems my ride's here!
Two, one, three.
Mind if I borrow
All right.
this?
Potentially dangerous, but I'm still gonna do it. Just remember one thing I could talk about. Not exactly a great thing, but you know, sometimes how it is. So drop, formerly mass drop. I've gotten, I think it's just the two keycap sets from. So one was the Drop Skylight series that I used for quite a while on my build, keyboard build. The other, the MT3 keycap set that I reviewed. How long ago was it that I'm still using? I'm still enjoying. Anyway, so that company has the exclusive use of MT3. This high-profile spherical keycap. Spherical meaning that the dish, well, the top of the keycap, it's essentially carved out as though a sphere, just cut through. This is as opposed to a cylindrical cut, which would be like what you see on OEM keycaps, or cherry keycaps, and basically the most common keycaps you'll see have a cylindrical cut. Okay. Well, cylindrical cut is most common because it's the most popular, right? And there's a number of places that make them, but they make keycaps with such a cut, but they also generally like someone called Cherry or GMK. GMK bought the molds from Cherry. But then you've got OEM. You've got is it DCS? Is that the name of it at Signature Blast? Basically, similar profiles that have to be a little bit different to avoid any patent issue that different companies have, right? Nothing too weird. Well, Drop decided that they want to make their own cylindrical profile, and they're calling it MT2. Which doesn't make too much sense, because MT3 is a high-profile spherical. So, in no way does MT2 imply that. MT2, and I remember when I saw the thing saying that, hey, we're going to be doing this, because they're 10 years old now. And so they're doing a whole bunch of stuff. They say MT2, and I'm thinking like, oh, a low-profile version of it. That would be actually kind of interesting. Nope. It's a cylindrical cut, but there's more to it than that, which is disappointing. But we're going to be getting into it here, so. I think I can adjust where I am here a little bit. Here. Oh, nope. I'd like to be able to keep using this. Okay. Now, the reason, and this is where it's, getting into the whole, this isn't so good. The reason it's called MT3 is because the guy who originally designed it, his name is Mateo, and he, like username kind of stuff, the name he goes by is like Mateo, but with a 3 replacing the E, right? Well, he had nothing to do with this MT2 work. And so he's not too happy that, that's the situation, and also that Drop didn't really include, chose not to include him, and apparently we're making it sound like he was included. And he wasn't, as I said. What's more, they also, I saw the quote, I didn't see the original thing. We're trying to suggest that the MT in this case is referring to a different creator. So basically Mateo is feeling like, yeah, they're just trying to erase that I did this, that this is actually my work. So his decision, he's not going to work with them anymore. Which, it's actually very interesting. If you look him up and look up, the blog posts that he shared about this stuff, you could understand him being really angry, him being furious, and being upset. Nah, that's not how I'm reading it. It's like, okay, they did this. This sucks. They're showing no respect for me. All that. But I'm just not gonna work with them anymore. Moving on. It's like that's it. He's just done. I'm just like, nope. Moving on. Nothing more to see here. And it's like, you know what? You gotta respect that. And I personally don't think I will do business with Drop again if I can help it. Now, I say that, but even after that, I did order actually 2 MT3 sets from them. They're doing a buy one, get one, and I've been wanting... Okay. I can explain all this. So the MT3 set that I have is made with ABS, which... primarily you see keycaps made in ABS or PBT. I know that this stuff is going to be happening. I don't want to be in trouble. And I want to try it on PBT. The Skylight series that I have is PBT, and I like that feeling. I really do. Now, some of it does come down to mold, but there is some to the material. And there's only one PBT set. I think it's only one that you can get, although there's another one coming that they announced, hey, that's coming. And it's like, okay, they're doing this buy one, get one. I want to try that. I want to see how these keycaps feel, this profile feels with the different material. It's also die-sub instead of double shot. That shouldn't make too much of a difference to the feel. But I also, as the other one that I ordered, it's called the Camillo set, and in my opinion, of all the ones I've seen, that looks the best. So it's those, but it's like, I figure, alright, I'll do the buy one, get one. Because that way, Drop gets less money on me than they would otherwise. If I, would have purchased them regularly. But, also though, at least that it's the dev/TTY set that is the PBT. That was actually what Mateo originally designed, so he should be getting royalties out of that. I don't know about the Camillo set, though. I would hope so. But yeah, I mean, that one, that was just, I really like the look of it. And the main thing is, I want to try the PBT version.
I see you to drop in, Hyundai.
Sheldon?
Heck, where's my manners? Some of my boys got a little carried away with their lynching.
So now we got that squared. You know how close I came to killing you?
Look at him roast, Rico. Dripping with delicious fat. I got him just where I want him. Kinda like I had you.
Where are you going with this, Sheldon?
The sloth demon, baby. Come on, Rico. That was me all along. I was playing you like a marlin off the keys.
Sloth Demon. Tom Sheldon. An anagram. You and your stupid word games.
Sweet Mary Lou, government troops.
Mind if I borrow this?
Might come in handy.
Alert! Reports of hostile in the area. All available units respond.
Okay, here's the lowdown. President Panay's got something going on. Something that made him turn on old Uncle Sam and look elsewhere for protection. I had to go deep
There.
undercover when I was killed. This made the pepper pushers back at Camp Swampy said I had gone rogue. And they sent you after my ass.
So, yeah, with this whole drop stuff, I mean, it's basically, company not making, in some ways, not making good business.
Come on, little buddy. Get
Because, I
some.
mean, this
Get
is
some.
a move that, a lot of there are other people in the keyboard
Going
community.
down here, Kemosabe.
There are people in the
There's
keyboard.
some
I don't know if I can
major
say I'm
players
part
on
of
the
it.
bench,
I
and
look at
they
it,
Sure as hell
but,
ain't
yeah.
locals.
There are others a lot more invested. But it's like, there are people there that are going to be like, I'm not going to do business with you, period. And it's like, I also don't want to do business with them. And it's like, that's going to hurt them.
Yeah, who?
Not yet. And that pisses me off. I hate not knowing who's playing the game.
I know the feeling, my friend.
And the funny thing about it,
Follow me, Rico. And everybody keep plowing
all they
on.
needed to do was not name it MT2. Or, include Mateo and actually include him. But it's like, if they just hadn't named it MT2, then none of this would have been an issue.
Yeehaw! Good to be working with you again, brother.
Yeah, so I mean, is what it is, though. Some people just can't help but make a bad decision. You had an assault rifle in the cuts.
All right, come on now.
I do not know why that pillow just shattered.
Seems I wasn't the only one looking for you.
Yeah, that's another thing. Baby panties all over my ass, and my white tiger cover was waterproof. So somebody must have tipped them off that I'm here.
Jade Tan?
Nah, she's an agency asset. Couldn't you tell?
And I thought she liked me for my personality. Then who?
My money's on the Swede. He's the only one who knew I worked the white tiger angle.
Carl Blaine. He did disappear. Not a trace.
Oh, yeah? Hey, give me that PDA. Oh, heck, Rico. You offered to download some intel, huh? Oh.
And he put a bug in it.
Yep, he picked up a trick or two working for us, it seems. And then when the government caught him...
He probably spilled his guts when they hid the booze.
There. Now, if we have another barbecue, ain't gonna be no government gate crashers. Rico, my friend, I need you to do what you've been doing up until now. Keep that chaos building. Your gangster buddies are surely in deep with these unknown players, so you need to be in deep with them too. Soon the whole thing will come crashing down, revealing who's behind this big mess. Me? I'm gonna square my deal with my White Tiger hirelings. Their job here is done.
I doubt it, but let's look to see if the helicopter is still around here. As I said, it probably is. How long have I been going?
I'd better continue to do some faction dirty work if I want to find out who their international benefactors are.
Minutes. Yeah. I do have a stronghold down here? I did not remember that. Huh.
I squared everything out with Kane and the headquarters, Rico. I'm in the clear again. You better haul ass back here. I've got news for you.
I'm gonna try to take care of that facility, which I think is the one well, yeah, it would be the one I assaulted earlier because the fact that it's even on the map. Should be able to pick up a helicopter there as well. Then I'll head over to the stronghold, and that's where I can stop. Hopefully that won't take the 13. Well, it might. It might take me past the hour.
To find out why those big players came all the way down here, you need to do what you've been doing so far. Only more. Chaos is the ticket. Shake that tree until all the apples fall on down, and we'll make us a sweet Panawan pie to serve up for Uncle Sam. I swear, Rico, I think we're on to something big.
Because I'm gonna be on foot doing this will actually probably take me a bit.
Don't let him get away!
Did see one thing also interesting concerning the 5800 X3D. Buildzoid put out a video, somewhat rambling, somewhat ranting, that his take on AMD's decision to not allow overclocking with it, that he very much doesn't like it, and to be fair, he isn't something of an extreme overclocker. So it's like he always would want to be able to overclock something. And just and he also would always know how. But one of the things that he talked about that I do think is interesting, especially to see what may come of it another way. So he was talking about how AMD CPUs don't have their own built-in voltage regulators. They're reliant on those of the motherboard. His point about this was that you could therefore increase if you can get access to it in the BIOS somehow, which could be, some motherboard manufacturer deciding not to lock things down as much as AMD has requested, that you could still up the voltage for 5800 X3D and see what happened. But the idea of locking the multiplier as they have finds ridiculous, and also that feels that if AMD actually wanted to do this kind of stuff with it, to restrict the overclocking, that they would have been better served to just the moment you turn on any of the overclocking stuff, it pulls back on the thermal limit. Because it's like once you hit the thermal limit on any of the Ryzen CPUs, it immediately starts downclocking to keep things under control. And I've observed that on the 2700X. It's like once it hits its thermal limit, it immediately starts dropping clocks. It will not let it overheat too drastically. There. Now let's get these straight. I don't know exactly how I feel on that. I understand why, for such a product that is also kind of a science experiment, it makes sense to restrict overclocking, because you don't want it becoming damaged by somebody pushing things too hard, and then have to face that PR nightmare of the whole it's like we're not gonna RMA this because you overclocked it. And because Intel and AMD and Nvidia, they can all say we're not going to give you a replacement because you overclocked. They never do. I mean, unless you are doing some really stupid stuff. Like, if you are doing voltage mods, you kind of, you should know you're not getting that thing more. But just normal overclocking, it's hard to, pretty sure it's safe to say it's hard to actually kill CPU just from overclocking. Because there's enough internal safeguards, thermal shutdowns, voltage, crap, why can't I think of what it's called? But there are also voltage limitations so that stuff won't, it won't be able to pull so much voltage to damage itself. there it is. There we go. But it's, you know, I understand why, and it's also, it in part can depend on the bonding. So, the SD RAM that they're using for the cache that's stacked on top, it may have different thermal and electrical properties, such that, you know, some of the voltage, you know, trying to overclock it may not be that successful. But it also, how I believe the stacking is actually working is they basically just have copper leads on both the CPU, exposed on the CPU, and on the memory, and it just, you know, they're just in contact with each other. And this is a funny thing, but it is true that basically if you take small enough pieces of metal like that and you have them touch, they bond. They will just bond together. They will connect together and actually, you know, be kind of a solid connection. And I think that's what they're doing. I could be wrong on that, but it's not like it's being soldered together. Certainly not. But the thing is, I mean, especially because, you know, it's different. Okay, there we go. It's certainly possible that because it is two separate pieces of silicon that are being put on top of each other, the expansion could be different. The thermal expansion as it heats up, I could believe. And, you know, if that's the case, then you could have them actually, the bonds breaking. That might be enough so that they separate, losing connection, and that's not I mean, maybe it'll come back together, but it's also, when that happens, you're going to have one hell of a crash. And if it cools off and then lines itself back up, okay, it's working now, but it might not be trustworthy. And if it doesn't start working again, there's no way to repair that. But as I said, I'm not sure. It's just, I know that is an effect that happens. That, you know, if they just had, you know, copper connections in there, copper leads, and it's just, we line it up that well, and then they bond, and we have the copper there, and it's just, we lined up that well. Yeah, it bonds.
These goings-on in Panau have something very foreign about them. And I'm a man who can sure smell foreign. I got a feeling there are international players on the field.
Fuck that. There was a helicopter. Oh, there it is. It's over there. Okay. Oh, so just remember one thing that I saw. Apparently, I don't remember who it is, but somebody at AMD, when talking about Zen 4, and Zen 4 is going to be PCIe 5, also DDR5, somebody at AMD was saying this week that they are giving special attention to memory overclocking. Would you shut up, Tom?
Keep it on. Make those faction maniacs think their whole island operation is going straight down the old porcelain tunnel. Hell, if that doesn't bring out the puppet masters behind the puppets, why then, we've lost our touch.
Anyway, but yeah, they were saying that they're giving special attention to the memory overclocking. So, with DDR5 coming, well, with it being DDR5, so it's supposed to be very high speed and should be getting better with time. You know, that you might see some very impressive speed. That'd be neat. You know, hopefully that will end up happening. I know this is stupid, but I can't help it. And I know it's also, I want to be stopping, but I can't help it.
Launching missile.
Hello.
Government troops today reported that they successfully hunted down and defeated a cell of the White Tiger gang, who allegedly were hiding deep in the Lautan Lama Desert. President Panay commended his men on the success and stated that he himself would like the honor of peeling the skin off the skull of the White Tiger leader when caught.
I mean, now that it seems like official, I need to be causing chaos. Might as well, as I work my way over there, do exactly that. I won't go that far over stuff on the left. And actually, this isn't anything here. That's just weird. Alright. Yeah, Zen 4 should prove interesting. Now what?
Reports of random raids on tourists are not true, according to the Panau Office of Internal Prosperity. The missing government officials from last week still remain missing, and are likely to continue to be missing. But the citizens of Panau are cautioned not to be alarmed at all. The rumors of chaos in the streets are exaggerated.
But yeah, because the rumors are that it will be a significant uplift over what you even had with Zen 3, which is pretty good. I mean, it's also worth noting that the fact that AMD, at least in gaming, has managed to, with the same architecture, take it to Alderley. That's impressive. So Zen 4, with being a whole new architecture, it's gonna be very interesting to see what they will be able to deliver, especially because it's also gonna be, you know, a new socket. Oh, I've already been. You know, the AM5 socket, DDR5, PCIe 5. It's gonna prove very interesting. And also, just to see one rumor, although I think I've seen the rumor before, that there will be a version of Zen 4 that will also use the 3D V-cache. And that will actually be seamless. Would you stop?
You earned yourself a nice fat bonus. What you're doing will damn well flush out whoever the hell is working with the factions. Just wish we knew why someone wants to take over control of this dwarf island after Baby Panay's regime crumbles, which is bound to happen real fast thanks to you. Way to go, Hyundai.
I kind of lost track of what I was saying. Oh yeah, with the 3D V-cache on Zen 4. I would think that it will be more stable and perform better than... Oh, okay. Than what we are seeing with the 5000X3D. Like, it would make sense to me that it would actually allow overclocking, because they're going to have all the knowledge from manufacturing the X3D, 5000X3D, and also all the knowledge from people using it. So yeah, it would make sense that it would still be a special product, but it may not. It's getting annoying. But it may not be quite as limited.
Until that time, citizens are urged to stay tuned to this station so that you will know when the chaos has subsided.
Alright, I'm just gonna stop here. I was hoping to make sure I had full ammo, but whatever.
And it is
I didn't go too far over an hour. Yeah, I can't really think of much more to say. And I don't know what I will do when Zen 4 comes out. I'm not going to mess with the test system. I don't think I would try to push that to Zen 4 unless it's like, yeah, I got money burning a hole in my pocket kind of thing. Hopefully they bring back Threadripper at that point. A Zen 4 Threadripper, or maybe a Zen 5. whatever. Whichever. I like the PCIe lane. Okay. It is possible, though. And why no motherboard manufacturer has done this yet with the Zen 3 and PCIe 4, I don't know. But what they should be doing, what some of them should be doing, is having motherboards that have muxers in there that will take 8 PCIe 4 lanes and make it 16 PCIe 3 lanes. Because that's how it works. You can divide that up. So suddenly you have double the number of lanes. It's just on the next lowest. Because, I mean, you start doing that, and then it's like you can have NVMe for days again. It's like that's part of the reason why I want to go to Threadripper, why I want to stick there. So I have PCIe for days, which means I can do a whole bunch of NVMe storage. Because I would be happy giving up NVMe, I think it's technically 1.4 is what it's called. I'm not sure, but the PCIe 4 version of NVMe, I'd give that up to have double the amount of storage that's PCIe 3 NVMe. Because, let's face it, you already at NVMe, well, PCIe NVMe, you're reaching speeds that most people aren't going to notice the difference. Some people will. But if you can suddenly go to having, like, instead of one 1TB drive or one 2TB drive, to have 2 of those, that's a lot better. 2 of those that are just theoretically slower, but practically, effectively the same speed. I think that a lot of people will jump at that, but I don't know why no one has been selling that. I mean, in theory, you could also do it in the riser card setup, because you can get those where it's, a full by 16 long slot PCIe card, but you can put on 4 different NVMe M.2 drives on there. In theory, you could have that set up so that has the muxer on there that'll take 8 PCIe 4 and make it 16 PCIe 3. You could. I don't know of anyone doing that, but they should be. It makes so much sense. Yeah. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. Alright, I shall be stopping this, getting stuff processing, getting stuff uploaded. See you next time.